Hello, People First team. This is the online voting application that I've been working on for the past 1 month. This is the homepage of the application, which is accessible by all users, admin, and voters. Now, I'll start by signing up and creating a new account. I'll just create a new account with these details. Now, this email has already been added in the database. So, what if I just try to sign up with this email? It tells me that this email is already registered. I am redirected to the login page. So if I want, I can use that email and log in once again. Now I've logged into an existing account. Now as you can see, it tells me that I have created two elections. Now I'll start by creating one more election over here. What if I type in only two characters? So it gives me an error that it should be at least 3 characters long. Now I'll name the election as Presidential Election 2077 and create the new election. I'm redirected to the Manage Elections page, and here I can see some stats like how many questions I have and how many voters I have registered in the election. At any point, I can try to change the name of the election by clicking on Update Election. I'll change it to Presidential Election, maybe to Prime Election 2042, 2023. Now the name has been changed to Prime Election 2023. Now I'll start. Now, what if I try to preview the election? If I try to preview the election, it tells me that there are no questions in the election, so I cannot preview it. If I try to launch it, it gives me the same error. Now I click on Manage Questions, and here you can see I have 0 questions in the election. So I'll start by creating a new question. I'll say, and I'll ask the voter if they have a voter ID, and I'll add in a description. Select yes or no. Now if I click on this, I'm redirected to the page for managing individual questions. Now if I want, I can change the question by clicking here to do you have a PAN card? Update it. Now the question has been updated to do you have a PAN card? Similarly, I can update the description to maybe like new description. Now I'll start by adding in options. First option could be yes. Now what if I try to launch the election now? If I try to preview it, it will tell me please add at least two options. Or launch it, it will tell me please add at least two options. Now I'll go and add two options. I've added two options. I'll add in one more question. As you can see, it tells me that I have two questions and these are the two questions. Now I'll add in the options. Candidate 1, candidate 2, and a third candidate. Now if I want, I can preview the election. I click on preview and it shows me the preview of the ballot. If I want, I can launch the election from here, or if I can also click on launch election and get a preview and then click on launch election. These two pages are basically same, just the slug of these are different. So I won't launch the election now. I'll add in the voters now. I click on manage voters and start by adding in voter. I'll add in voter 1 and some password, maybe 1. I'll add voter 2, password something. Voter 3, same. Voter 4, similar password. Now I've added in the voters. I've added two questions. Now if I want, I can launch the election. I click on launch election. I get a preview over here, and then I click on launch election. As you can see, election has been launched successfully, and that launch election button is not visible anymore. I get two options, which is to end election and preview the result. And I also get a public voting link of the election over here. Now if I click on preview result, you can see I have registered 4 total voters, but 0 voters have voted. Now these options and these numbers will change when voters start voting on the election. I go back and copy this. A new tab, go to the public URL of the election. Now in the I am not shown the ballot because I have not logged in. Now I log in using the voter ID and start voting. Now what if I try to submit an empty ballot? As you can see, I'm not able to submit it. If I submit one, I won't be able to submit it. I need to select all the options. I have a PAN card, candidate 1. Now I have submitted it. It tells me that I have responded and these are my choice, yes and candidate 1. Now I sign out. What if the voter tries to sign in once again, hoping to vote once more? As you can see, there is no option to submit the form, and he is shown a choice. Now I'll sign up using voter 2 and voter 3 also. Just vote on the candidates. Now for voter 4, I won't vote. I'll just log in to my admin panel and try to see the result. I'll go to Prime Election 2023 and I'll preview the result. As you can see, I'm able to see the percentage bar graph over here. It tells me that 3 voters have voted because I haven't logged in using the 4th voter account and have voted for it. Now here these numbers have also changed, how many votes this option has received. Now I will just end the election. Now election has ended, so those options have been removed. Now I'll just copy the public link and again open it in a new tab. As you can see, all users can see the result of the election. Now what if I try to sign in using the voter ID? I'm shown the result of the election. I'm also shown the choice. I'm also shown my choice. I'll just go back to the admin panel. Now I have implemented one optional feature also, which is when I click on this button, it redirects me to the user settings. From here, I can change user details like first name, last name, email, and also the password. I'll first start by changing the first name to maybe Ram and update it. Now if I go back, it tells me welcome Ram instead of welcome Mohan. I click here once again. Now I'll just try to change the password. My earlier password was 1 and I'll change it to 11. Now, now what if I try to add a wrong password and try to change it? It tells me that the current password is incorrect, so I'm not able to change it. I'll type in the correct password and I'll type 11 and I'll change the password. The password has been changed successfully, so I'll try to sign out and then log in. As you can see, what if I try to add the old password 1 and try to log in? It tells me invalid password because the password has been updated. I type in 11 and try to log in. Now I have logged in successfully. Now I'll show you by deleting an election also. Before that, what if I try to change anything? Like if I try to add in more question, I'm not able to do that. What if I try to delete the options? No, I'm not able to do that. What if I try to add more options? It tells me that election cannot be edited after launch. Because yes, we have launched this selection and ended it also. Now you cannot tamper with the questions or the result. I cannot even delete the voters. Yes, you cannot add in new voters. I'll just delete this election now. I click on delete and the election is deleted.